In November of 1928, in a hotel in Kansas City, Missouri, an idea led to a birth of an organization. The Future Farmers of America was established by a delegation of students from across the United States as an organization made up of high school students enrolled in vocational agriculture. The creation of this organization was formed so that young men interested in agriculture could share ideas and build a community. But in this delegation, there were some notable exclusions. There were no girls and no one of color. An organization that was established and largely inclusive of young white males has undergone many changes in its diversity throughout its history. These positive changes have shaped this organization to become one of the largest and most diverse student organizations in the United States. For almost 40 years, the FFA was an organization made up of white males. Change did not begin until the 1960s when, according to the FFA Student Handbook, in 1965, the NFA merged with the FFA. According to the Student FFA Handbook, the NFA was an organization for African American males created in 1935 to give segregated students in the South an opportunity to meet together as young agriculturalists. When the merger was accomplished in 1965, Black and white males were able to meet together to be in the same organization. The next major change happened only 4 years later when females were allowed in the organization in 1969. This information was found in the student manual. Before this change, women weren't even allowed to simply be a part of agriculture classes. Also found in the student manual, in 1974, Fred McClure became the first African American to hold a position on the national officer team. Here's a picture of Fred McClure the day he was elected into the national office. Only 2 short years later, in 1976, Julie Smiley became the first woman to hold a position on the national officer team. This is a picture of Julie serving as our first female on the national officer team. In 2003, Javier Moreno became the first Puerto Rican to serve as a national officer. He was also the first national president whose native language was not English. This is Javier Moreno. This information was found on FFA.org. Finally, in 2017, Brianna Holbert was the first African American female elected into national office. We recognize these individuals because they paved the way for others. They had to take a leap of faith and represent an unpopular group because of their deep-rooted passion for agriculture and for the unity of all mankind. An organization that was established to train young men to study agriculture and then return to the family farm has now become an organization of over 750,000 students and almost 9,000 chapters in all 50 states and Puerto Rico. That information was found also on FFA.org. The election of these individuals have paved the way for many others to serve the organization, regardless of race or gender. The expansion of agriculture education into more non-traditional agriculture settings have also increased the diversity of the organization. FFA continues to grow and has become as diverse as the nation that it serves. Thank you.